You know a truck is in trouble when the people who fought hardest to buy it are the same people warning everyone else to stay away. Right now, across dealer lots and owner forums all over the country, a strange pattern keeps showing up. Trucks that were supposed to be the smart choice, the exciting choice, or the future of the segment are quietly turning into regret purchases. We are not talking about cheap, unreliable junk here. We are talking about six-figure electric trucks, brand new gas engines with expensive problems, and legacy nameplates that used to mean something and now just mean a bigger payment. Using owner complaints, recall data, and resale numbers from across the industry, we pulled together 15 trucks that buyers are starting to wish they never signed for. Some of these were hyped up for years before they even hit production. So, what happened? Let us break it down, starting from the least regretted and working our way to the truck causing the most buyer's remorse in America right now. Before we get into the list, if data-driven breakdowns like this are useful to you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It genuinely helps this channel keep making content like this, and it costs you nothing. Number 15, the GM 6.2-liter V8, known as the L87, found under the hood of the Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierra. On paper, this engine looks great, strong horsepower, solid torque, a name that Chevy and GMC owners have trusted for decades. The problem is what has been happening internally. A growing number of owners are reporting lifter failures well before 100,000 miles. Sometimes as early as 30 or 40,000 miles, and when a lifter fails on this engine, it is not a cheap fix. Repair estimates are landing in the $6,000 to $10,000 range, and in some cases, GM has had to replace entire engines under warranty. Owners who paid extra for the bigger V8, expecting more reliability, are instead getting expensive surprises and long service center wait times. Combine that with rising interest rates on already expensive trucks, and a lot of buyers are quietly asking dealerships if they can trade out of trucks they bought less than 2 years ago. Independent mechanics who are not tied to GM's official messaging have started warning customers to budget for a lifter inspection around the 50,000-mile mark, which is not something anyone wants to hear about a brand new truck that is still under active loan payments. Forums dedicated to Silverado and Sierra owners are now full of oil sample results, torque numbers, and shared spreadsheets tracking which build dates seem to be affected the most. And that kind of grassroots documentation only exists because owners feel like they cannot fully trust the official answers they are getting from dealerships. Number 14, the redesigned Toyota Tundra, now built around a twin-turbo V6. Toyota built its entire truck reputation on being the brand that just does not break, so when the new Tundra started developing a reputation for timing chain rattle, oil dilution, and in some cases catastrophic engine failure under 20,000 miles, longtime Toyota loyalists were blindsided. Class action lawsuits have already been filed over the issue, and while Toyota has issued extended warranties for some model years, buyers who spent Tundra money expecting Tundra reliability are left wondering what happened to the brand they trusted. The turbocharged power is real, but so is the anxiety a lot of Tundra owners now feel every time they hear an unfamiliar noise from under the hood. What makes this sting even more is the price these trucks command. Higher trims are pushing well past $60,000, which used to buy a Tundra owner a decade of worry-free driving, and now buys a truck that some owners are afraid to take on long road trips without a backup plan in case something goes wrong hundreds of miles from home. Number 13, the Tesla Cybertruck. Few vehicles in automotive history have generated this much hype followed by this much buyer frustration. The stainless steel body panels look futuristic in photos, but in the real world, owners are reporting rust spots forming within weeks, panel gaps wide enough to fit a finger through, and a production quality that feels closer to a prototype than a finished consumer product. There have been multiple recalls already, covering everything from a stuck accelerator pedal to trim pieces detaching at highway speed. Add in a price that climbed well past what early reservation holders were originally promised, and a resale value that is falling faster than almost anything else on the road, and you get a truck that a lot of six-figure buyers are now trying quietly to unload. Insurance costs have also come in far higher than owners expected, largely because the stainless steel body is expensive and specialized to repair after even minor collisions, and body shops outside major cities often refuse the work entirely and send owners straight back to Tesla, which can mean weeks of waiting just to fix a dented panel. Number 12. The GMC Hummer EV. This truck was supposed to be the return of an icon, reborn as an electric powerhouse. Instead, it became a case study in how not to build a practical truck. It weighs over 9,000 pounds, which is heavier than some school buses. And that weight tears through tires, destroys efficiency in cold weather, and makes the bed nearly useless for real work because of how the battery pack eats into cargo space. Charging on road trips can take well over an hour at a fast charger, and owners in colder states report real-world range, dropping by a third or more in winter. At well over $100,000 for the top trims, buyers expected a flagship experience. Instead, a lot of them got a very heavy, very expensive science project. The sheer size of the truck also creates practical headaches. Most buyers never think about until they own one. Standard parking spaces feel impossibly tight. Some home garages cannot fit it, and replacing a single set of the specialty tires can run well over $1,000. All for a truck that a growing number of original buyers admit they rarely take off-road anyway. Number 11. The Ford F-150 Lightning. Ford discounted this truck twice within its first 2 years on sale, and that alone tells you everything about how demand has performed. Early buyers who paid closer to full price watched thousands of dollars evaporate from their truck's value almost overnight. Cold weather range loss has been a consistent complaint, along with a battery pack that limits towing range dramatically once you actually hook up a trailer, which defeats the entire purpose of buying a truck in the first place for a lot of owners. Software glitches affecting the charging system have also frustrated buyers who expected Ford-level reliability paired with new technology, and instead got a vehicle that still feels like it is being figured out in real time. If you are finding this breakdown useful, drop a like on this video. It takes 2 seconds and it tells the algorithm to show this kind of content to more people who need to see it before they sign a loan. Number 10. The Rivian R1T. Rivian earned a lot of goodwill early on with its design and its off-road capability. But that goodwill is being tested by owners dealing with recurring software bugs, inconsistent panel fit, and a company that is still working through the growing pains of being a relatively new automaker. Depreciation has been brutal, with some early trucks losing well over 40% of their value within the first 2 years. Service centers are sparse outside major metro areas, so when something does go wrong, owners in smaller cities and rural areas can be waiting weeks for a mobile technician or a tow to the nearest service hub, which is not exactly ideal for a truck marketed around adventure and self-reliance. Owners who bought in specifically for the promised off-grid camping features have also reported the camp kitchen and gear tunnel accessories shipping months late, or in some cases not shipping at all, which has left a segment of the most enthusiastic early buyers feeling like they paid a premium for a lifestyle that has not fully arrived yet. Number 9. The Chevy Silverado EV and GMC Sierra EV twins. These trucks launched with a promise of near 400 miles of range and genuinely impressive specs on paper. The reality has been messier. Multiple recalls have hit these trucks already, including issues with the parking brake and battery software that can leave the truck immobilized. The starting price for a properly equipped model climbs well past $75,000, putting it in direct competition with far more established electric trucks, and GM has been slow to build consumer trust after the early Bolt battery fire. Recalls still linger in a lot of buyers' memories. Add in charging infrastructure that is still catching up in a lot of the country, And you have a truck that looks great in a spec sheet and creates real anxiety in daily ownership. Dealers have also struggled to properly train technicians fast enough to keep up with the rollout, which means a fairly simple software fix can turn into a multi-week wait if the local service department has not yet been certified to work on the platform, leaving owners without a truck they are still making payments on. Number 8. The Ford F-150, still America's best-selling vehicle and still somehow making this list. The core truck is fine, that is not the issue. The issue is what it costs now. A well-equipped Lariat or Platinum trim routinely pushes past $65,000, and buyers who financed at today's interest rates are looking at monthly payments north of $900 for a truck their parents bought for a third of that a decade ago. Add in reported issues with the 10-speed transmission hesitating at low speeds, and infotainment systems freezing on certain model years, and a lot of longtime Ford truck families are starting to feel like loyalty is costing them more than it is worth. Number 7. The Ram 1500. Ram built its reputation on ride quality and interior comfort. But the Torque mild hybrid system paired with the V6 and V8 engines has become a recurring headache for owners, with complaints ranging from rough idle to complete battery module failures requiring dealer replacement. Air suspension issues have also plagued higher trim levels, leaving trucks sitting unevenly or throwing warning codes that require a dealer visit to clear. Ram's own recall history in recent years has been long, covering everything from tailgate cables to fuel pump modules, and owners who expected a smooth, comfortable ownership experience are instead making more trips to the service department than they ever expected. Number 6. The redesigned Toyota Tacoma, now offered with a turbocharged 4-cylinder and a new hybrid option. Loyal Tacoma buyers expected the same bulletproof reliability the nameplate has always been known for, and a lot of them are not getting it. Reports of the hybrid battery system throwing warning lights, transmission shudder in the new 8-speed automatic, and a ride quality that some owners describe as noticeably harsher than the outgoing model have chipped away at confidence. The new Tacoma also costs significantly more than the previous generation for comparable trims, which stings even more when reliability, the entire reason people bought Tacomas in the first place, feels less certain than it used to. Number 5. The Nissan Titan. Nissan has already confirmed the Titan is being discontinued, and once that news broke, resale value took an immediate hit and interest from new buyers dropped off almost overnight. Nobody wants to buy the last generation of a truck that will have no future support, no updated parts pipeline, and a shrinking dealer network willing to service it long-term. Add in a transmission that has never quite matched the smoothness of its competitors, an infotainment technology that already feels a generation behind Ford, Chevy, and Ram, and you have a truck that current owners are trying to offload before the discontinuation news spreads even further. Number 4. The Jeep Gladiator. It is essentially a Wrangler with a bed welded on, and for a while, that novelty carried it. Now buyers are doing the math and realizing they are paying full-size truck money for a mid-size bed with limited payload and towing, compared to actual mid-size competitors like the Tacoma and the Ranger. Fuel economy is poor for the segment, ride quality on the highway is rough thanks to the solid front axle, and reported infotainment and electrical gremlins have piled up across recent model years. Dealers in a lot of regions are quietly discounting Gladiators well below sticker just to keep them from sitting on the lot into a new model year. Number 3. The Ford Ranger. The current Ranger was supposed to be a return to form after Ford brought the nameplate back, but pricing has crept up to a point where it now sits uncomfortably close to a base-level F-150, which makes the value proposition confusing for a lot of shoppers. Owners have reported turbocharged engine issues, including coking buildup that can lead to reduced performance and costly cleaning procedures, and the 10-speed transmission shared with the larger F-150 has shown the same low-speed hesitation complaints in the smaller truck. For buyers who wanted a simpler, more affordable mid-size option, the Ranger has started to feel like it lost the plot on what made it appealing in the first place. Number 2. The Chevy Colorado and GMC Canyon Twins. These trucks got a genuinely impressive turbocharged engine upgrade, but that power comes with a reliability cost that a lot of buyers were not warned about, including reports of turbo failures and check engine lights appearing well under warranty mileage. Ride quality on off-road trims has been criticized as overly stiff for daily driving, and interior material quality has been called out as a step behind the segment leaders, despite pricing that is not exactly a bargain anymore. Resale values have softened noticeably as more of these reliability reports circulate online, leaving early buyers holding trucks that are depreciating faster than they expected for a nameplate with this much history behind it. And now, the truck causing the most buyer's remorse in America in 2026, the Ford Maverick. This one surprises people because the Maverick was supposed to be the affordable, practical, no-drama option in a market full of overpriced trucks. Instead, demand for the hybrid model has been so far ahead of supply that dealers across the country have been slapping thousands of dollars in markups onto stickers, turning what was marketed as a budget-friendly truck into something buyers are paying luxury-adjacent prices for just to get one off the lot. On top of that, Ford issued a recall covering a fuel pump defect that could cause the engine to stall unexpectedly while driving, a serious safety concern for a truck marketed heavily toward first-time truck buyers and daily commuters. Owners who paid over sticker for a truck built around the promise of simplicity and value are now dealing with recall paperwork, service delays, and the uncomfortable realization that they overpaid for a vehicle that was supposed to be the smart, drama-free choice in the segment. There is a particular kind of frustration that comes from being priced out of your own good decision, and that is exactly what is happening to Maverick shoppers right now. They picked the sensible truck, they did their research, and they still ended up paying more than they should have for a vehicle with an active safety recall attached to it. Dealers in high-demand markets are reportedly still holding firm on markups even with the recall news circulating, betting that demand will stay strong enough that buyers will pay the premium anyway. And so far that bet has largely been paying off, which only adds to the frustration of buyers who feel like they have no real leverage in the negotiation at all. So there you have it, 15 brand new trucks in 2026 that owners across the country are starting to regret signing for, ranked from bad to absolutely catastrophic. If this kind of research saved you from making a mistake on your next purchase, or if it just confirmed something you already suspected about your own truck, smash that like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach more people who need to see this before they buy. And if you want more data-driven breakdowns like this one, hit subscribe. I will see you in the next one.